Well, hey, B, it's JamiThatsMe here. Listen, we got to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because the ladies is back, okay? Um, Girl, I'm over here thinking about y'all know I'll say the wrong name in a minute, honey. But this one is about Salt Lake City. I'm over here thinking, did I say Salt Lake City on my Beverly Hills video? Hopefully not. But anywho, girl, y'all will get into it. Let's talk about Salt Lake City. So y'all know the ladies then got Miss Lisa pissed the hell off at the last dinner night. So she waking up all to herself upset. But she did let us know that Bronwyn came to her room along with Meredith. And Bronwyn opened up and told her, like, listen, girl, I just want to let you know that me, Whitney, Angie, and Heather, we always sitting around talking shit about you, girl. I'm just gonna tell you right out the gate. Okay, I was included in that. Okay, so I just want to go ahead and be real honest as we working on things. All right. So Lisa said she want to know what was said, and it's like, I don't know if you really want to know because I do feel like part of it ain't that deep, it ain't that serious for real. But just move on because you know two of those people don't fuck with you. So you should expect them to say some negative things, which is Angie as well as Whitney. Now, who you really should be concerned about is Miss Heather, because why is Heather, who's supposed to be your good Judy, sitting around these ladies talking shit about you? Okay, but see, you never pressed Heather this entire episode. It was more so about Angie and Lisa for you. But okay, I'm not Angie and Lisa, but Angie and Whitney for you. But okay, girl. So anywho. Meredith and Heather. Okay, so Meredith is still wondering how the hell Britney heard her crying and throwing up. Okay, she's like, nah, I'm still wondering about your girl. Like, what's up with her? Okay, because I can't hear nothing from your room. I can't hear nothing from this person's room. So I'm trying to figure out how the hell she heard anything from my room. Something about that don't really sound right. Okay, and I feel like her bringing up my throwing up supposedly is her really insinuating that I have an eating disorder. First of all, BITC and a A. Okay, BITCH, listen, ma'am. That girl was not doing that. But the fact that you're leaning more so into a damn eating disorder than her just saying that you were throwing up because some people cry so hard that they do throw up, bitch. You're over here bringing up an eating disorder for me, unless there have been a situation in the past few seasons where people alluded to you having a eating order. I'm sorry, eating disorder. Then that right there would make me think that you probably do when you slick telling on yourself. The same way you sat your ass up there and told on yourself about you being on the phone with your husband and you was upset about something, so you was up there crying and shit. Okay? But last week when they asked you why were you so upset and what you was crying about, you gonna sit up there and talk about some damn, oh, I was upset and crying about being slut shamed. So who was slut shaming you? Was it that husband slut shaming you that had you crying? Because it wasn't Angie while you tried to bring that bullshit to the front. Okay? So what's the good, Miss Meredith? You know, you used to be my favorite, girl. You used to be my favorite, but girl, has that changed? That has changed a bit. I'm not even gonna hold you, ma'am. You be tripping. Yeah. You be tripping, girl. Okay. You be going too far with yours, and we'll get into it, okay? So, anywho, Meredith says that she was on the phone. We talked about that, talking to her husband. She was upset. It's cool. We already knew. So they're on the bus ride. And Lisa wasn't getting that seat warmed a good 2 minutes before she sat up there and said, let's get into it. Let's talk. Okay, because Bronwyn came to me and told me that you hosts had some stuff to say about me, and I'm just trying to figure out what the hell was said. So Angie was like, girl, what? And Bronwyn was like, well, let me explain. Okay, so I told Lisa, I went to Lisa, I said this, I said that. I felt like her and Meredith weren't supporting me. Okay, because Angie said, first of all, girl, remember, you didn't feel supported in the whole opening up about your marriage and stuff. You didn't feel supported by Lisa and Meredith. That's the whole reason that we were talking to you about it in the first place. So let's make sure that we start there. And Brahma was like, but I said all of that. I talked about that. I did that. I said that. Like, you're right. You're right. So she explains herself. Meredith gets offended because she's like, oh, so I wasn't supporting you. Okay. Like, Meredith, shut the fuck. You weren't. You weren't, bitch. You weren't. So anywho, Lisa starts yelling and going back and forth, and Whitney starts yelling at her because everybody's, emotions are high. And then Whitney's like, girl, you asked us a question, bitch. And if you're going to ask me a question, then I suggest you shut the hell up so that I can answer it. I was with Whitney. Don't ask a question you want to know so bad what these ladies are saying about you, but then you just keep chiming in. Like, Whitney not wrong, sorry, oops. Like, shut up. Shut up. Okay, hush up, girl, and let us talk. Let us get out what we need to get out, please, ma'am. Okay, and then you can go from there and rag and tag on our so whatever else that you're gonna do this week or next week. Okay, girl. Thank you. So anywho, they're going back and forth and all of that. And Angie, while they're going back and forth, first of all, I'm a little bit of Whitney at some point though. When Angie clocks Britney, Whitney seemed like she didn't really give a damn. She was just up there laughing at everybody. But anywho, Angie clocks Britney for recording them. She's like, Britney, what the hell are you doing? Why are you recording us? And so Britney's like, I'm not recording you guys. Like, oh my God, guys. Like, no, that's not what I'm doing. That's, you guys have it so wrong. Like, that's not it. I'm not recording you guys or whatever. Meredith goes crazy. Meredith goes berserk, okay? She says, she needs to leave. She is vile. You need to go. I'm like, you doing too much, girl. You doing too much. You already feeling away because you know that lady overheard your conversation. Okay. Now I understand you being upset, but you are going a little too far, baby. When Mary told Meredith, get her, Meredith, I hollered. I thought that was too funny because I felt like Mary was being a bit sarcastic, but for real at the same time. Anywho, so everybody starts going off on Britney because Britney's up there recording the call and stuff. And Britney got 3 different damn videos, okay? Although I wanted to believe that maybe Britney kept trying to record, but they kept yelling in the background, that could be the reason why she kept stopping the videos, because it's like, damn, I'm trying to send something back to my kid, but y'all keep arguing in the back. She can't hear me, so let me stop. Okay, let me try. Okay, they didn't start it back. Okay, let me try to get it and start it back, right? So I get it from, I was understanding it from that side, but then also I'm like, nah, Britney, you was doing that shit on purpose too. Okay, because when Whitney had said it's so interesting that you know how to damn delete a video, but you don't know how to record one or something like that. And I was like, girl, now listen, ma'am. That's kind of true there. Okay, so maybe she was doing it on purpose. Baby, when they laid into Britney's ass, when Britney tried to show them how it works on the phone, Bronwyn said, excuse me, Steve Jobs, bitch, I do not need a tutorial on how to use no damn iPhone. I'm very aware of how to use one, bitch, okay? You over here recording us when I'm saying some very personal things, and I really don't like that. So, all the girls are already antsy about that, considering the situation that happened with Monica and stuff. Like, they real like, okay? They already got trust issues, okay? Anywho, Meredith still snapping on the lady. It's a madhouse. I mean, they just going ham on Britney's ass, all right? Everybody yelling and screaming. Whitney, the only one in the middle, kind of laughing at everybody. So it made sense that Whitney was the only one to go check on Britney, because Britney leaves outside of the bus and she's crying her eyes out. But I ain't gonna lie, I ain't feel sorry for her ass at the moment. I said, I know that's right, Mary. Mary was like, girl, so... who cares if she's crying? She was like, she knew what she was doing. She did that shit on purpose. Don't nobody care. Let her sit in it. Okay. I was with Mary. I do feel like she did it on purpose. She was recording them intentionally. Okay. Britney is sneaky. You gotta watch Britney. Britney is sneaky, period. So she says that she swears she wasn't trying to record the ladies or anything like that. Whitney continued to try to dig deep in that to figure out what that was about. It is what it is. So they go off. They do this ride over the bridge, which was extremely scary. They all jump into some water or whatever. And the ladies, Lisa's over there talking to Angie and them like, oh, she thinks because she's jumping into some water that is supposed to make us forget that she was just recording us. Like, bitch, no. So they're still on Miss Britney's ass. And I'm just like, you know what? I hope this does not last the entire day, because nobody wants to be alienated like that when they're on a trip, even if they did something that came off intentional. Okay, nobody really wants to be alienated. I felt like, yeah, alienate her in that moment, like, bitch, we don't give a damn, you started this, you created this on your own. But then at the same time, let's not carry this throughout the whole day. Don't be those type of mean girls. Okay, so they finally sit down and eat, and Mary, messy ass baby, Mary says, Britney, why are you so quiet? Like, what's going on? Why are you so quiet? She's like, just internalizing. Mary says, internalizing what, babe? The fact that you got caught, bitch, screaming. Okay, Mary is messy, can't stand Britney, and was ready to bring that conversation back around. So Heather says that she's been defending her and everything, and she's like, but girl, you done fucked up now. I've been out here having your back, holding you the fuck down, and you got me out here looking stupid as hell, girl. So this is on you. Okay. Hilarious, okay? So then Meredith says that she started all kinds of rumors about her, saying that she threw up. And I said, Meredith, baby, chill. Started all kind of rumors about you? chill. You gotta chill. Chill. It's not that big of a deal. Like, you've got to chill. To me, I'm just like, all she said was throwing up, because in my head, a lot of people have cried so much to the point that they do throw up. For Meredith to take it to the extreme, talking about some damn eating disorder when that's not even what a person said, Meredith, you can leave. You can go. Okay, you put 80,000 on 10. Anywho, so Britney says, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to talk about it no more. I have a confession and I don't even really want to confess. I just want to go home. Baby, Britney's confession ended up being about Jared and her fucking Jared. Bitch, I holler. The way we all, me and the ladies at the table, was like, bitch, this is what the fuck, this is what you had to tell us. This is the confession you had to make, girl. It ain't too different than you wanting to say, hey guys, I have an announcement. What the hell does that have to do with this very moment? Girl, what the fuck? Girl, you talking about somebody that was laughing, okay, when I finally realized what happened? That's crazy. It has nothing to do with the situation. So Heather acknowledges how what Britney says is a big deal because of her being a Mormon. So I said, okay, everybody, let's go ahead and give Miss Britney the hand clap that she so deserves. And the reason she deserves this hand clap is because she gave a grade A fucking deflection. You bitches was just over here eating her up, going in her SHI for her recording. Y'all, she was able to flip the situation, make herself the victim. Okay, make everybody in here feel guilty and sorry for her ass, maybe except for Mary. That everybody started to open up and share their own stories and how they can relate to being shunned as a Mormon for their actions or whatever the case is. You got Heather speaking up. You got a Whitney speaking up. You got damn Bronwyn speaking up. I think even Lisa may have said everybody got something to say. So now everybody, woe is me, feeling bad for damn Britney. Britney played the fuck out y'all, baby. I said, get that lady her hand clap. Okay, because she flipped the hell out that script. Girl, she took y'all from yelling at her ass to crying with her. Can't make it up, honey. So everybody over there connecting with her, it did lead to her apologizing, even though Meredith didn't really like how she apologized, because she was like, I'm sorry if I made you feel. And Meredith said, girl, it's not about what you made me feel. It's what you did. Okay? So there's that. Meredith later, she talks with Heather when they're supposed to be getting ready for dinner. She goes to talk to Heather and she's like, listen, girl, I'm still bothered by this Britney situation. I don't know what Miss Ma'am got going on. And, I'm questioning if, she may have put a damn recording device in my room. Listen, some part of me was like, that's not far-fetched. I wouldn't put it past Britney say I put that in her room. But as they started walking around and looking for a recording device, or at least looking for where she could have put it, it made me think, y'all look dumb. Like, nah, I don't think Britney would go that far to put it in there. But anything is possible, right? So there's that. Now they do go to dinner and Angie addresses Bronwyn. And Angie's like, listen, we got to go ahead and talk about this because we didn't get a chance to finish because so much was going on. So we got to get into you for a little bit. And I need to know what's going on because I feel like you took a story back to Miss Lisa so that you could spin it to be how you wanted it to be. And Brown was like, no, that's not true. It ain't had really nothing to do with y'all. It was more so me clearing my conscience and getting off my chest what the hell took place. It was more so us trying to figure out our friendship. I wasn't really trying to air y'all out, but I was just trying to be honest with her. Okay? So then... which I also felt like Bronwyn didn't have to be honest with Lisa about, because honestly, if you still did not feel like she supported you in that moment when she did it, and I don't recall her ever acknowledging the fact that she did not support you, you did not owe her anything. You didn't owe her to tell her the conversations that you've had about her. But I guess since you want to get in a better space with her as a friend, you open it up to her. So that if it came back up later, she would already be aware about it. So that brings validity, in my opinion, to the point that Whitney made, okay? So Whitney says, I feel like you felt guilty and you ran to Lisa to clear it up before anybody else could. Or you ran to her to tell her the tea before anybody else could say anything. Right? I feel like part of what Whitney is saying is true. I do understand where Bronwyn is coming from of wanting to be open and honest and starting fresh with Lisa. But you can't even be open and honest and start fresh with Lisa because you over here including conversations that y'all had with that you had with somebody else when you really need to be open and honest with her ass and tell her, bitch, I did not feel supported by you in that moment. I felt like you was more so taking Todd's side than taking mine. You didn't say that, and I don't think Lisa knows that still. So, yeah, I'm kind of leaning over there with Angie and Whitney on that a little bit, okay? So, also with Whitney and Angie, I could feel why they may be upset with Bronwyn because it's giving BITCH. This is the second time you done pulled this stunt. We done all had a conversation with you, and then you done went back and said something to somebody else, and then now we're all having to deal with the aftermath when it came to Heather and they did the little Girl Scout thing, right? So now here it is, you're doing it again in a sense. Right? So they feeling a way about it. And Bronwyn, listen, I can't say that they shouldn't. So Meredith addresses Britney. And again, she's like, well, I want to talk to you again about what you did because it's still not adding up for me. It's still not making sense. So Britney thinks she's looking for things for to be mad at. Like, girl, I just feel like you're looking for stuff to be mad at. It's really not what you think it is. But okay, girl. So Meredith thinks that she came after her like a raging beast. If y'all don't come get Meredith's ass, a raging beast. She came after you like a raging beast because she asked you, are you okay? I heard you crying. It sounded like you were throwing up. That's it. That's it, girl. You added all these additional thoughts to it, and then now you want to sit up here and be upset with Britney. Like, it ain't got to go that far now. So then she asked her if she put a device in her room. And Britney like, girl, what kind of shit is that? She was like, listen, BIT, you was just recording us on a bus. And the fact that you would record us on a bus, it's not too far-fetched for me to believe that you would put that in my room. I don't disagree with Meredith, okay? So Britney, of course, she denies it, all right? So everybody's headed back. And when they're headed back, Heather and Angie are talking about whatever the conversation was that Bronwyn told Lisa. And they tell Meredith that they only said that Meredith and Lisa took Todd's side. And Meredith's like, I didn't really take Todd's side. All I did was ask her a question that needed an answer. That was it. But the way that you asked the question did seem like you were more so siding with Todd, okay? So then Heather tries to downplay what they talked about, and she tried to hurry up and like throw in the fact that they were talking about emotionally cheating or something like that and walk off. So then Meredith like, wait a minute, bitch, you're not gonna get this past me, girl. Now you done did a lot of shit, but this one you're not gonna get past, okay? So are you telling me that y'all had a conversation about cheating, emotional cheating, and I understand that because I can relate to whatever, like because of what happened in my situation? And Meredith tries to deflect and talk about, like this audio test. We got to do this audio test. And Meredith's like, nah, I still want to talk about what the hell we was talking about. You're not going to get that away from me. And Heather tells her, well, it was more so about you projecting, it was more so about your projection of having been involved in, infidelity or whatever. And Meredith said, wait a minute, bitch, okay, don't be trying to say that I cheated or anything like that because me and him was separated at the time. Okay, so we were separated so I could do whatever the hell that I want to do. Okay. That's what she's saying, honey. And of course, that makes Meredith gets upset. Meredith gets loud. Heather's like, who the hell you get loud with? Like, why you get loud with me, honey? So Meredith goes to her room with Lisa because they still trying to do this damn audio test to find out how Britney knew what the hell was going on in Meredith's room. So they get in the room, Meredith and Lisa, and Meredith starts going off and yelling and talking about the group and how the group is not to be trusted and you shouldn't confide in them about anything or nothing like that because what they're going to do is try and pretty much weaponize it against you and turn it against you and flip it and this, that, and the other, da. So doing all of that, and then she says, and I'm pretty sure that Britney can hear me now. Okay, we know what's going on with that whole situation out there. I'm sure she can hear me now. Girl, the way Whitney ran from that door, hilarious. But me and Mary was on the same wavelength. Like, oh, I see why she heard her now. Because that means that when you was upset with South, you wasn't as quiet as you thought that you was. And that also tells me that you don't hear Heather or Whitney because they ass be whispering. They be whispering when they be talking shit and telling their business. You be talking in your normal voice. And Whitney just happened to be Britney just happened to be walking past, and she decided to stop in the name of love so she could eavesdrop and get a piece of your damn tea. That's what that was. So now we know how Britney was. Britney just stayed where she was. She didn't do anything extraordinary as far as putting a recorder in your room or any of that. Okay, and if you're over there talking about you were hawking up, you were coughing, that kind of mimics the sound of throw up. Most of the time, people are loud when that happens. Okay, so of course, Britney was going to hear that. But for you to sit up there talking about some damn, you were coughing, it was a cough. And remember, when Heather went to the room, she says, mimic the cough. And she was like, I'm like, girl, that's not giving the same cough as a throw up. It's giving you were crying, you were miserable, and you were like, bleh, because you were crying so bad. That's it. Like, Britney know what the hell she heard. She may be a bit ditzy and dingy, but that she know what she heard, and you can't take it. I don't know what's going on with Meredith and her need to act like everything is perfect and A-okay, but it is annoying the fuck out of me. Okay, but that's pretty much what the episode was. Y'all give y'all thoughts down below. Let me know how you feeling about the whole Bronwyn situation, Angie, and Whitney. Do you see all sides? Do you feel like Bronwyn was being a piece of a snake? You know, let me know your thoughts about all of that. Okay, I'm Jami. That's me. That's all that I got, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM. And the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF. Got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus. About to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can fill a pool, we gon' make them